Um, so welcome to our fall 2020 virtual program advisory committee meeting. This is our agenda. So we will be addressing basic school performance updates by our president, Russell Freeman, and he will be welcoming the current and new members. Just wanted to remind you, if you are a current member, you need not to complete a new profile form for our PAC members. If this is your first time and you have not yet submitted one, if you could please go ahead and submit that. That is actually had been emailed to you as well as attached to the calendar invite. He'll also be talking about the school's performance. Then we will move into graduation and employment outcomes review, and then the action since the last meeting. That will be addressed by our Director of Education, Virginia Hansen. Then we will have an open forum for feedback that you, our program committee members, will be letting us know, and also completing on the questionnaire. So if you are present today, you'll be required to complete a questionnaire. So I appreciate that, as we do have to submit the information. So again, welcome, and I will lead the forum over to Mr. Freeman.
Okay, thank you. Welcome also current and new members. Are there any new members on this call?
Yes.
Yes.
Why? Okay. Any new industries? So the woman from Walgreens. So your first one or no?
Yes, my
Okay.
first one.
Well, welcome. I'll move to school performance update. It's been an interesting year with COVID-19, and it's thrown a lot of wrenches into Coin College's operations. Most of them have been in our trade programs, which comprise over 70% of our students. Ms. Hansen will hit on the allied health programs, but they're all pretty much online right now, except for the labs. But because of the problems we've had, and it's not just us, it's other colleges, universities, other two-year schools. You know, I made the decision last week to teach out Coin College. It's a tough decision, but I think the right decision. And right now we do have a lot of students. We have, from my count, 353 active students. Still some, several on a leave of absence from COVID-19 who did not want to go to school during COVID-19, who we're going to try to get back. It wasn't an easy decision to make, to teach out the programs, but it's one that I think is necessary. What it means is that it's probably going to take about 14 or 15 months to get all of our students through Coin College, get them graduated, and get them placed in field-related jobs. And that's what we're going to try to do. Yeah, you know, the performance of the programs has been good. It's just with COVID-19 and all that there aren't enough students for us. And I was talking to my attorney actually yesterday, and he's going through the same process with two not-for-profit colleges that are, you know, obviously bigger than ours, but in the same boat. And you know, the colleges and universities are having deep budget problems also. So that being said, the performance certainly of our allied health programs and our trade programs has been good. And by the outcomes that you'll see that, and I'll let Ms. Hansen cover that, but the graduation rates are trailing just a little bit in two of the allied health programs, pharmacy technician and medical assistant, but pharmacy technician's a small program. We have 15 students right now. And so if you get one or two graduates that didn't graduate, you'd be hitting the benchmark. Medical assistant is our largest allied health program. We have 65 medical assistants currently, and that's very close. It's probably off one or two students also. These numbers were submitted to ACCSC, our accrediting commission, in October for our annual report. So with that, I'll let you go on, Virginia, unless there are any questions for me. Obviously, I'd encourage you to keep working with us and taking our externs and our graduates, and our programs are going to continue until it's finished out, and it's going to be done correctly. Like we always have, we're going to follow all of the accrediting commission and the state's guidelines.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just continue with the outcomes next, hopefully. All right, so these are the outcomes for ACCSC. As Mr. Friedman mentioned, our graduation rates were a little low for the medical assistant and the pharmacy tech. Pharmacy tech is a small program, and that's one reason why the benchmarks, you lose one or two people and you haven't made your benchmarks. The placement rate, our career services department does an amazing job with our students who are trained after they attend externships with you. The placement rates are just outstanding. So thanks to career services and thanks to all of you for hiring our students. The activities since our last meeting, we have been developing using new online instructor tools and doing some internal training. Most of our classes for allied health are conducted online. The in-person classes for allied health are courses that require a lab, and these courses are hybrid usually, where the student is in class here at 1 North State Street 2 days a week and online 2 days a week. We try to provide that information, try to keep our numbers low here at Coin, the population numbers low at one time in adherence to all the COVID guidelines. We also, in this last period, thanks to CEPTAP's hard work and career services hard work, reached an agreement for our pharmacy techs with CVS that they will be paying our students while they're on externship. We are extremely happy with this program and extremely proud that our students are participating in that program. Also, during this last period, we've had some students that contracted COVID or were in close contact. Because we're online, we've been very, very fortunate that there are very few online, very few allied health classes that were impacted when somebody has COVID. And again, we are very, very thankful that the students who did contract COVID, the cases weren't severe, requiring hospitalization. So we were able to continue on with those courses at home. We also purchased an autoclave and centrifuge that are used for the medical assistant lab as well as the pharmacy tech lab. We purchased new CPR mannequins that are in adherence to the new BLS guidelines. I took the CPR training class where it has the little light on it to show that you're pressing it hard enough. I could see some people laughing, Miss Bolton. It was a fun afternoon going through training with the new mannequins. We've also are enhancing our EHR 150 class, which is electronic health records. We are using a proprietary software from Cengage called MOS. which gives students the basic outline for EHR. We have looked at Epic. Epic is very, very, they keep their product close. We were not able to get any like training materials from Epic for students. They look to do their own training when a firm purchases Epic. But Ms. Taylor has some experience with Epic in a previous life, so she is bringing that and enhancing the projects in the EHR with that information. We have also decided that for our pharmacy tech students, we are not going to pursue ASHP certification at this time, again, because of the teach out and because of the number of students that we have in the pharmacy tech program. So that's what we've been up to lately. Where are we going next? Well, with the teach out, we are all committed to providing the very best education that we can to the students as we do teach out. We're moving forward as if everything was normal, as normal in the COVID world as it could be. But our instructors are committed to doing an excellent job. Externships will continue during this period as expected. We will continue using the PCT e-test for pharmacy techs. And we are going to pursue the EXCPT test also because once we tell ASHP that we are not pursuing certification, we may have to use the EXCPT test. So that's what we're planning on doing. We're planning on being here for the next 14, 15 months here at 1 North State Street, again, providing the best education that we can for our students. And do you have any questions or comments?
No.
How are you finding it since you're in healthcare with COVID-19 for your companies?
Can you repeat that question?
Yes. How are you finding things like, say, for Walgreens? Are you busier because of COVID-19?
Yeah, especially our store, we're actually giving the tests. We're doing the COVID testing here, so we're a little bit swamped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other comments or questions about the teach out or about COIN's commitment during this period?
No, but you were saying that you are for graduation rates, it's gonna take longer now.
No, it's not. It's not going to take longer.
I mean, for the classes, since they're not coming in, they have to go. They have to do it online.
No, it's the same length. They come in labs, and the classes will go through every 6 weeks.
Okay.
How it'll be. And the graduation rate for instance, pharmacy tech was 46, 55 was benchmark, 52 for medical assistant, 55 was benchmark. And when you compare that to, city colleges where they complete about, I don't know what they do for pharmacy tech or medical assistant, but their overall completion rate is about 11%. So you're looking at a completely different numbers. We really, take things very seriously and attempt to get our students through their courses, and that will be enhanced even more with the teach out. I'm going to meet with Ms. Hanson and other staff about what we can do to get these students through so that they're, not being knocked out for attendance. If we can, let's give them makeup time, for instance, to keep them in school, keep them going towards graduation and employment, because that's why they're here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we could always use students, so we're always looking. So send them our way. Keep sending them.
All right.
So I have just a clarifying question, Mr. Freeman. So start to finish, hoping that there's no interruption and everyone stays healthy and well. Are we looking, you said 14 to 16 months with the program, with the turnover into something new every 6 weeks? Is that correct?
It depends on which program you're talking about.
Okay.
That's for the school. I mean, the pharmacy tech program is 2 weeks. We did not have a start the 9th of November. So the last start we had was September 28th. The medical assistant program is 54 weeks. So from September 28th, 54 weeks. But what I'm allowing for, if there are a group of students who don't make it through and it's a large enough group, we could extend it out a little bit. I'm still talking to the regulator. So please don't share this information because, it's been pretty quick. And I've talked to ACCSC. I have to still mention it to Illinois Board of Higher Education. So
No problem. Thank you.
It's varying lengths of time depending upon the program length. Our longest programs actually are electrical construction and planning, which is 78 weeks during the day and 104 at night. So, but it's only offered now during the daytime to new students, has been for some time, but we still have some night students who need to complete. So that's why I'm putting when I took a hard look at the student body sheets, and that wasn't the easiest thing either. We just changed student information systems, and I got our registrar to run me a report that shows all the students by program. And when I looked at that, I realized that, this is going to go past next November. So.
Seth, if you want to wrap things up then.
Yeah, I actually had one comment for Crystal, actually, at Walgreens. I wanted to mention, as you had heard, we're very excited about the opportunity that CVS is providing our externs in hiring them from day one instead of having them go through the externship, because they're very eager to hire, obviously. So I know Justin is actually the pharmacy manager, and then you're the lead certified pharmacy technician, correct?
Yes, I'm the senior technician.
Senior technician, yes. So I actually wanted to kind of try to facilitate another meeting with Justin, just to see, whereabouts or how his thoughts were triggered towards that opportunity that, Walgreens might want to honor. And I'm going to also talk to the regional vice president of the workforce initiatives to see how they'd like to facilitate, and if they'd like to facilitate that route, because that's pretty much the route where everyone's taking in the pharmacy field for technicians. So if you just want to give him that feedback as well.
Yeah, I will. Plus we're hiring, so I'm pretty sure that would be something that he would look into, So.
Sure, definitely, yeah. And I know that your location is hiring, and there are several locations that are hiring.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just one of the things that I'm going to be talking about. So if you just want to relay, instead of going towards the externship route first, just doing a direct hire opportunity and then having that facilitated for the student.
Yeah, I will let him know for sure.
Great. Again, thank you all for being here. We actually had about 7 more individuals that were supposed to be a part of our meeting today, but I don't know if something came up or they did confirm, so I apologize. But anyway, thank you again. I look forward to receiving your completed questionnaires. And again, thank you for giving our students opportunities to work in the field.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Tap, can I, this is Kathy from Advocate. How are you?
I'm good. How are
I
you?
have a few moments just to stay back. I want to discuss a few things with you about a new person that's in our role now. They replaced Lisa, so I want to give you that information.
Oh yeah, I actually have that information. Yeah, her name is.
Oh, you do? Oh, perfect. Okay, Michelle.
Michelle and I have been working
perfect.
together. Oh yeah, trust me. I'm such a bad solicitor. I shouldn't say a bad solicitor, but I'm a solicitor, so I completely know who.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good. I'm glad that you're aware. Yeah, she's been doing this now for a little bit, so you'll have a direct link to both of us, so that'll be perfect.
Oh my
Great. I'm
goodness.
glad you have it.
She's absolutely been wonderful. I've expressed my sincerest gratitude several times. Actually, currently we have had this course term, we had 5 externs that were at different South region clinics and specialties. So so far, 4 of the 5 have been offered employment already. They've
Oh,
completed
that's
their
awesome to hear.
externships.
Great, great.
And also we received really good feedback from all of the site managers and also Michelle herself, because when they were actually initiating the orientation process and whatnot prior to the start, they were very, very just aspired on how the students, they were actually referring back to emails and they were actually following directions very well and corresponding with the practice managers very professionally. And they were just very eager to get hired from the get-go. So yeah, so we really appreciate that opportunity. And yeah, they were very excited to work
Oh,
with.
good. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
And best of all, this externship course term consisted of actually 7 bilingual externs, and that was actually a huge plus for Advocate. They're all Spanish speaking, so yeah. So yeah, we'll be working again closely with Michelle. She's done a wonderful job from the get-go with placement and reaching out to different locations. So yeah, we really appreciate it.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Septap.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry about, I had to run out this email message. We're having problems with our phones and our internet's connected. So I didn't want them cutting off our internet while we're on this call. So
Yeah,
that's what I got up for
I
my.
actually had a question before we wrap it up. I have a question, actually, Carrie, if I may. So you're actually on mute. Oh, there you go. Okay. So one question, how are you looking at, or how are you observing like the trends of the industry in billing and coding? Because I know that you have a wealth of experience, and how is it going with regards to opportunities? I know there are a lot of work from home opportunities, remote, and pretty much what I'm seeing is that there's not a lot of in-office opportunities because they're trying to limit, obviously, the amount of staff.
Right.
Companies.
Well, we're a very small office, so I manage everything from my house and then delegate, just follow up kind of the paper end of things to the staff, and then just promoted Juliana to my assistant because she's there in the office and I'm not. And she's very quick to pick up on things. So she's been a great asset. We're really, really happy to have her. So I guess for us, it's probably a little bit different because I take care of all the back end stuff here and then just delegate things in office. So maybe just like claim status, seeing where payments are, corrected claims, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I'm really helpful in that area or not, as far as what everything else is doing, in larger facilities and so forth, but.
Sure. Yeah, and Juliana Mendoza, by the way, is actually a medical assistant graduate. She's actually the student that kind of led the way for acceptance into getting hired from the get-go in medical assisting. So thank you for actually pushing for that, Carrie. Carrie was a big advocate of Juliana's because she loved her performance, and she thought that she's going to be that person that's going to take the ball and run with it in her practice, and said, it's COVID, it's a pandemic, the student has invested all of this time. Please, approve her work hours as towards her going towards her externship. So thank you so much, and thank you for providing all of the necessary forms that were required to give proof of that. So
Yeah. No problem.
that's all I have. Huron, do you have anything to say?
I Let me
As
just
being
make sure.
a private pharmacist?
Yeah.
You're actually on mute.
Okay. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah, it's my first time joining you guys, and it's quite interesting. I feel the energy. Um, I come from an independent pharmacy where we actually do everything from IT stuff to hiring, the HR, everything is in-house versus like a corporate chain pharmacy where most of their purchasing, contracting, billing, all that happens behind the scene. All they're focused on is just dispensing related activities. So when a technician goes through an externship with us, they actually get a much more complete experience of what happens in a small business environment where they get to witness the hiring process, dealing with insurance, the business related matters that most of that happens behind the scene for chain pharmacies. They get to witness that also, the challenges we have with the under reimbursement. Um, Many of the pharmacies don't even deal with prior authorizations, which is also done at a central location. Um, they definitely get to witness that here at our pharmacy. So everything happens at this one location, from the time we receive a prescription to the time it gets fulfilled and what barriers it may face. All those are encountered and they get well versed on it when they go through a rotation with us. So it's a unique and different experience, even though we get classified, all of us get classified as community retail pharmacy. I believe we offer a fuller experience.
That's great. Fabulous.
How are you? I'm Ms. Bolton. I'm Raven Bolton. I'm the pharmacy technician, lead instructor. So where are you located?
We are on the west side of the city. We are in a health center. We're located the exact intersections of California and North Avenue, right across the street from Humboldt Park, which is most people know as a landmark.
So I think I visited. I don't know if I don't think I met you before, but I did have a student a while ago, maybe like a couple of years ago, that came to that pharmacy. There's a medical assistant site there as well, I think.
Yes, they have a lot of medical assistants, of course, on the first floor where they have the providers. And on the second floor, there's mostly the management team and, of course, the pharmacy.
Okay, yeah, I think I visited that location before. Like I said, it's been a number of years ago. But the students that we have, they're prepared for adjudication, they're prepared for compounding, they're prepared for day supply, they're prepared. So they're knowledgeable in the adjudication process as well. It will just be learning your system. I don't know if you like deal with Epic or what your system is, but we go through different virtual programs where they have to stock the medication, have to make sure that the NDC number is correct, make sure that the billing is correct, making sure that the person code is correct. So that was, if it's a community set pharmacy, I always let them know that adjudication is the hardest part. So to learn the computer system is, if you go in for externship, you want to learn adjudication on workman's comp. So they're well prepared. We have some great students here at Coin. So look forward to working with you soon.
Yeah, exactly. And then the thing is, the way we operate is, I believe, a little different in the sense that we introduced in progression. We start the new technicians on just one duty at a time. So it could be just pure dispensing initially until they get comfortable with that. It could be just checking in orders. It could be just pulling medications off the shelf or putting away. And every step of the way, there's always an employee of the pharmacy that's well trained to observe the intern or a new hire, as well as not just observation, but there would be a one-on-one training all the step across until the student or intern feels comfortable doing it all by him or herself.
Okay, great. Now, when you get my students, just know they have to ask for more. There's no standing around time in the pharmacy. If you're standing around there, it means you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So they're gonna
Absolutely.
Hey, can I learn this? Can I learn that? So that's coin students all around. So like I said, I'm looking forward to working with you, and I appreciate you so very much. Thank you.
It'll be our pleasure. Thank you very
Thank
much.
Yep, Hiran, and thank you for hiring our graduate Vanessa Velasco,
Yes,
giving her the opportunity. So we really appreciate that.
my pleasure. She's actually sitting across the hall right now, lunching.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, coincidentally, I'm in this conference room and she's sitting on the other side.
Great. Yeah. Actually, we had a couple of other affiliates that just joined the meeting. Um, so we have Nico Andrade. Oh, just stepped away. Hi, Nico, with Sigma Surgical Supply,
Oh, I know, they're around the corner from us. I know them.
medical billing and coding. And then we have Minerva Barrios, and she's with Village Medical Group. She's actually fostering a program for placement opportunities. They're actually a really big practice. Yeah, Minerva, if you just want to introduce yourself and just mention about, what we talked about in our Zoom meeting, I think that's very relevant to how we're working together and providing these opportunities to so many MAs.
Sure. Hi, all. My name's Minerva. I'm sitting actually in Houston, Texas right now. And I work for Village MD, Village Medical. We are a primary care practice based primarily on value-based care. We are growing astronomically through acquisitions and through a partnership that we just
starts on the date of the loan disbursement, and then it continues for the duration of the covenant period. And initially when the PPP program came out, so you got, in essence, 10 weeks of
500 to 700 offices. Very robust within 5 years. So I'm looking to partner with schools like Coin in our markets where we're opening clinics to bring on board medical assistants and potentially pharmacy tech students that we can train to retain. That's my slogan. We want to be able to train these students and retain them for employment.
now.
Yeah. Minerva used to be actually a director of services in her past job experience. So she has a wealth of experience, and we've actually collaborated during a Zoom meeting on ways on how to boost that placement opportunity for the students.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Great. That's pretty much all that I have. Again, please provide me, if you have not yet, with the new members profile document, and then also for if you can please complete the questionnaires that I had emailed you and just send those back to me.